3, 2. What's up? It's your boy Chaotic One, and this is the Unspoken Word Podcast, Season 2, Episode 1. And tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about the brother Nipsey Hussle. So let's go. What's up? What's up? It's your boy Chaotic One, and we back on Season 2, Episode 1. And on tonight's episode, we will be talking about the late, great Nipsey Hussle. And I'm joined tonight by my crazy co-host in the building. What's up, my brothers? What's up, my brother? The one and only
Bird, baby Bird.
Ha ha! It's your boy Hozilla, Platinum Boy CFO.
Back at it. This Lindsay Wine. Yes, sir. Back at it. This Lindsay Wine. What's the word, baby Bird?
So, yeah, man, it's been a minute since, we did Season 1. You know, we back Season 2. How y'all brothers been, man? You know, it's been a minute.
You know, been working,
getting at it, trying to make things happen.
Yeah.
Out promoting the Rapper Turn CEO song video out right now. Go check that out.
Yes,
www.pbmworldwide.com.
One of the hottest.
My
bad. Hey, one of the hottest. Go get that. You know.
Thank you. Yeah. But tonight on tonight's topic and on tonight's episode, we talking about the late great Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey.
Another one of the hottest.
Yeah, one of the hottest in the game. Unfortunately, gunned down, taken away from us way too soon. You know, another tragic death due to gun violence. Of course, I don't want to murder the brother's last name, but his name is Ermias Joseph Ashton. I'm believing I'm saying that right? Ashton? Okay, I don't want to murder his last name. But he was born in the Crenshaw district of Los Angeles, California, to Angelique Smith, an African-American woman, and DeWitt Ashcombe, an Eritrean immigrant. He was raised in the Crenshaw neighborhood, as I said, of South Los Angeles, and his brother Samuel and his sister Samantha Ashcombe attended Alexander Hamilton High School in the nearby Castle Heights neighborhood, but dropped out after right before graduating. At the age of 14, Ashcombe left home and he joined the 60s, Rolling 60s.
Rolling 60 Crips.
And that was my first experience. Like, I caught Nipsey Hussle. I would want to say he was probably about, like, the video I seen, he had to be about 16 or 17. And he was very intelligent at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the video I seen, he was talking about all the stuff that he was doing right now before he was murdered. At a young age, he was already talking about diversifying his stocks and taking it to the next level. And everything that I seen him do back then is exactly what he ended up doing. So, Hozilla, what was your first experience with?
My first experience with Nipsey Hussle was on a album, a song I called on with him, with Rick Ross and Style Lee of MMG. It was a compilation album. Song him, Nipsey, and Style Lee did together, and
that stained glass tinted window.
Yeah. I called him, and I'm like, man, like a young Snoop Dogg, boy. This cat tight though, but he was a little different. Yeah, you know, he was a little different as far as looks, but as far as word play and talk, he had a style all his own, man. He was very gifted,
right?
And Seen me in 05, then he vanished for a while. Didn't know where he went, didn't know what he was doing. Till about 2018. That's when I caught up with him again. But this time he was rolling out that CD. He was about to drop that. He about to drop that CD. He had the Marathon store up and on all fours. You know, man, he had bought the whole Kroger sack. You know what I'm saying? And took the money he made from that first CD he made and invested it in himself. You know what I'm saying? Put money in a big cryptocurrency. Really, he was real big in that. He was real big in that cryptocurrency.
Right. So hold that thought. So Lindsey Wayne, what was your first experience with Nipsey Hussle? When did you first learn or know about it?
I was gonna comment on what bro was saying. As far as it seems like to me that most of the artists that into their own business becomes more successful. You know what I mean?
Can you hold your phone up?
Money into your own. Keep putting more money into. Excuse me.
I said, hold your phone up a little bit. We can't see your face. Yeah, there you go.
My bad. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so me and Nipsey, I never got a chance to meet him. You know, I caught up with him kind of late, you know, in his music and stuff. Matter of fact, I play some right now, you know, and you ain't never been. You ain't never did none of this. You
really, so you're a late bloomer to Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, right. But I know a lot, you know. I'm caught up to, you know, to date, you know, with the information and stuff. I've been checking it out.
Yeah, he
doing a lot of research and stuff. So
he was a dude, like his independent hustle, his independent grind was like I said, I knew of it at a younger age. You know, he was talking about the experiences. Right. I was just impressed by how young he was and talking about what he was doing. You know, it was just crazy intelligence. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe it. You know, right. And
yeah, I listened to him. I listened to him. You know, his story. I listened to him tell it. You know, right. I hear people. You know, I did research about people that knew him. You know, and their encounters with him, stuff like that. So, I found out, you know, that I ended up liking him more than I thought. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just because of what he stood for, you know. And it's kind of hard in this society to stand for, you know, truth and helping a brother, the helping hand. You know, it looks good and it sounds good, you know, to the rest of the world, but actually doing it is something different. You know.
Right. See, that's the thing that a lot of artists. Well, you know, that's the thing that I feel like a lot of artists don't do. You know, they talk a good game, but they don't put in the hustle or the grind to make the dream actually happen. You know what I mean? And that's been one of the things that I would have to say I've took a part of in the early in the game was to do the actual work. You know what I mean? You got to actually put in the work and make the moves out here. The nigga that makes the moves is the dude that lasts the longest.
Listen to him. He actually seen, you know, the world as a business, as I did as a youngster. You know what I'm saying? You see, some of us youngsters just seen business in everything. You know what I mean? Mm. And we took on our love, or we found the love for something in business that we could do, and then we created that, you know, a product, and then stood behind our product, sold our product. You know, it's business.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Being able to diversify at a young age.
Right.
I mean, he was I know from what I know of him, he was inspired to work with Snoop which he ended up actually working with Snoop on his, I think it was his 2009 album, Doggy in Wonderland or Malice in Wonderland or something. I know he made a debut with Snoop Dogg on there and ended up actually working a lot more with Snoop, you know, and I know that
I think I
he
see.
also, and I know for a fact too, he was, besides Master P, he was one of the influences of Snoop getting on top of his business. You know what I'm saying? Because Snoop Dogg was telling stories of how he was telling Snoop about business plans and stuff that he should be doing. So I know he really put an influence on Snoop Dogg as a whole, being younger. You know what I'm saying? And his thought process was just next level, man. You know, I didn't get to meet him myself, but
You know what? In life, we need to surround ourselves with brothers that have business savvy, you know, in mind and stuff. If you're in the business too, you know, for the young brothers and stuff that's coming up, that's trying to, you know, grow and you know, take notes to the things that's positive. You know what I'm saying? Like surrounding yourself with people that's about growth, you know, so you can grow, you know.
right, yeah, exactly, exactly. I
But
mean, that's
yeah,
what we about.
I'm pretty sure me and Nipsey then ran into a couple of the same people. You know, we just haven't ran into each other. You know, so you know, I didn't get the pleasure, you know, to
Yeah.
meet him. But now that I hear more and I do more research, I'm kind of sad that I didn't get a chance to meet him, you know, or do a
Yeah,
song with him. You know, I like to write a little
definitely.
bit of his.
I would definitely say that. I know for sure, like, if he had still been living, man, we'd eventually
Right.
get a joint together. You know what I'm saying, man? So, man, because he was down to earth like that. You know what I mean? I know when he was out here
Yes, sir.
on his independent grind before he really blew up, he was really in New York, really in Detroit, really in, you know, he was messing with dudes, you know what I'm saying, like before he really blew. So, you know, that's why people had
Right,
great stories to tell about him,
Mm-hmm.
um, because of the way he traveled. You know what I'm saying? He just reminded me a lot of me because that's what I did. I started the chaos thing, you know what I'm saying? And I spoke
right,
intelligently at a young age and I wanted to be bigger. So I moved, you know what I'm saying? And started moving and going to actual
right,
places and being in actual places and networking with people. You know, I just think he was a little bit smarter as far as being able to diversify and put his team together. You
Yeah, he
know,
made
that's
himself
where I
a
lacked at.
he made himself a self-made millionaire, man. Like I
Yeah,
said, he sold that one CD $100 a pop and took that money and invested in himself, man. You know, bought some land,
yes,
opened up a store. Man, he was real heavy in the community as far as helping people. Oh, he was real. He had a program where when you got out of prison, man, he would go to his store and get you clothes. You know, help people that got out of prison, help them with that. And that's where he was at that day that all that when he got killed. He was actually got called to the store.
right.
That's
We're
what
gonna
made
talk
him
about that.
be.
We're gonna talk about that in a
Yeah,
minute. We're
that
gonna
what made him be on scene. That's what made him that.
we're
But
gonna we're gonna venture into that in a minute. You know,
yeah,
we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But right now, we're gonna celebrate what he was about. You know what I'm saying? Because the
yeah,
way that he
yes,
was
sir.
murdered is a story all in itself. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
And so
Right.
you know, but right now we're gonna talk about you know some of the. So what's some of the other songs that?
Positive.
What's some of the other songs that you liked that came from Nipsey?
I mean, like I said, I didn't really catch up back up with him until 2018. That's when I caught back up with him when he was putting out when he just put this album out that he just
The
did before he got
Marathon.
killed.
Did you like? I mean, what did you have a favorite song on
Oh,
the Marathon album?
the first one with Roddy Rich, the first song he dropped out with Roddy Rich. That was one of my favorites, man.
Right,
He
right.
clowned that. The whole album was crazy, man. It was nice.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like
I
you can
was
listen to
actually
it.
I mean, I've been a fan of his, so I was bumping Marathon like when niggas wasn't even talking about Marathon. You know what I'm saying? It was just put out as the album I had already was bumping. You know what I'm saying? And then once he passed on, it became legendary. You know, but he was spitting. His wordplay is just phenomenal. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I
And
had I had heard about him, at coming up, but to me as an artist, we artists too. Okay, so we like you got to prove yourself. You got to be a lyricist, because we pay attention to words and detail, So you have to be a lyricist to get my approval. And I hate that I caught up late, for him to get my approval, but he definitely get my approval. I play that song, You Ain't Never Been a lot, and the kids don't even, they want me to cut the song off, but I like it, and I'm listening to them, and sometimes you got to listen over and over and over. As artists, we know that we got to listen over and over and over, or even consumers, As a consumer, I do that. I listen to other artists over and over and over to get the full meaning, because sometimes you can hear something and think they saying, and then you be singing it around your people, and they be like, that ain't what they say. So
right.
that's all I'm saying. He definitely gets thumbs up. The more research I do, the more his personal life means more than the music. You know what I mean?
Just a great philanthropist, man. He was, like I said,
I definitely think he was on his way I believe he would have eventually won some kind of award, you know what I'm saying, as far as that. Because he was finna get ready to do the documentary over Dr. Sebi, I believe. He was venturing into studying that and studying what he was about and trying to present his story. I know that was one of the angles he took. So his work, he definitely would have. I can't think of what the award is right now, but he would have definitely
Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel, yeah. I can see that. And then he was just one of his favorite songs that I did. That I liked. It was That's How I Knew. He got a song called That's How I Knew. Y'all should check it out. And then he got another song called Make $1 Million While You're Young. That was dope.
Okay.
Yeah, he got some names, he got some. He's definitely worth the history of knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was somebody that I seen elevating the game, and that's why I thought it was important for us to do this episode on him. Because like inside of the Marathon store, he was one of the first artists that I know that had it set up to where you can come in and digitally scan your phone. It was the thing I was telling you about, because he could digitally scan the phone and his videos and all that stuff will pop up on your phone. You know what I'm saying? And the way he had it set up was if you bought a shirt, you scan it, and then it goes, all his info, video, and everything goes into your phone. So he was the first person that was on that before I even knew other people that was talking about the interactive thing. It's like the next big wave right now, because we finna get ready to jump on that as far as the next interactive thing with the music and being able to create on the spot moments where a person can experience you. You know how people be like, well, where can I hear your music? Where can I do this and that? We don't have something available to where you could just scan our band or scan our necklace and all our info, videos, everything will pop up, website, everything will pop up in their phone. So, that's the next interactive thing. And that brother was on that in 2018, 2017? Talking about cryptocurrency at a young age. What other rapper is talking about cryptocurrency?
None.
Do they even fully understand what cryptocurrency is? I know you was telling us something, cuz, about him being in the land. Won't you elaborate on that a little bit?
He was in Amsterdam. Actually was taking up some interest in Bitcoins.
Okay.
He was in I can't remember the name of the town, but it was a town actually ran off of cryptocurrency. That's what they used there. They didn't use real money, nothing. They used cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
This town did. Actually,
Okay.
it's a town up in Amsterdam, runs straight off cryptocurrency. And Nipsey was there 2015. Him and his brother went over there to
Was they over there? Was they over there strictly on that type of business?
Yeah, they was over there strictly on that type of business.
Okay.
Strictly, he bought into the Bitcoins. He was over there strictly for that.
I know he also did a deal with Puma as well, too.
Yeah, he did. He linked up a deal with Puma in 2015. It's in there. He got a documentary out. Y'all need to go check out. I can't think of the name of it, but he has a documentary telling you about the whole cryptocurrency thing.
Oh,
it's about an hour and a half long.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Man, the young man had a goal, and he was accomplishing it, man. For real.
Yeah. So now we gotta, of course, we gotta talk a little bit about the tragic day, but let's talk about some of the conspiracy theories of things and shit like that you might have heard or known about. I'm not for sure exactly what Lindsey Wayne might know as far as researching his death and stuff like that. But of course, one of the first conspiracies that I heard was that he was murdered because of his involvement in trying to change the neighborhood. Like he was trying to do something with the police to clean up the gang activity and stuff like that. That's one of the first conspiracy theories I heard over the death.
My first one was the Dr. Sebi thing, because I don't know if y'all know, a couple of weeks before his timely death, he did an interview, and it's actually on YouTube. He did a hour-long interview and was talking about the work he was finna do on bringing awareness to everybody about Dr. Sebi.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if y'all really know history and background on Dr. Sebi. He's the one who created the antidote for AIDS. And before he could present it, he was killed. Now, follow me with this. Nipsey is not the only star that was working on that documentary. He had like 4 to 5 stars before him get killed because they was about to bring that documentary out. Left Eye was one. Michael Jackson was another. A lot of people don't know. Mm-hmm. He was one. It was a real secret about him. I learned, like I said, in a documentary about how he got involved.
See, I didn't even know he was. I didn't even know that Michael Jackson was involved.
Me either. But I didn't even know Left Eye was involved.
Now I knew Left Eye was involved because I knew she was traveling over there and she was actually going and visiting him and sitting in with him on his studies and stuff. So I knew of her, but I didn't know she was like finna like actually try to put out like a
she was finna
documentary.
Put it out there. Now we got her killed. So that's just one of the conspiracy theories.
Actually, what I know personally that a lot of stars was getting contacting different diseases, and Dr. Sebi was getting rid of it for them,
Yeah, no, I heard.
And they wasn't relying in modern medicine, they were relying in the herbs, the place that modern medicine come from, without the science.
Right. And
so I heard a lot of stars. It's documented that Dr. Sebi took in 75 people that he cured from AIDS, herpes, syphilis, put them in the court.
Yeah. See, if that would have got out,
and won the case.
our healthcare system would have been ruined. Because healthcare is the biggest conglomerate in the world.
Right. When
America is a business.
you start talking about big pharma, you playing with some deadly money right
Yeah.
now.
So they couldn't let that
America
come
is
out.
a business.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. America is a business.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
couldn't let that. They couldn't let that come out. So yeah. Another conspiracy to me was like Cuz just touched on. I think it has something to do because the next day he was supposed to meet with the LAPD on working with them on trying to solve the gang violence in around the LA area.
Right.
So
I heard a conspiracy theory was the brother Big U. He was one of the other leaders of the 60s. He was one of the I
Big
guess
U.
maybe was one of the founding members. That's
Yeah.
what the conspiracy was. Then I also heard that the police in themselves murdered him off because he wasn't finna get ready to mess up the money in the neighborhood. I mean, I heard so many angles and stories,
Yeah.
but we can
But
go ahead and talk about the day of the death.
here's what actually happened on that day. Eric Holder is the guy that killed Nipsey Hussle. Him and the girl that
shitty
was
cuz.
the driver, yeah,
Called
that was
shitty.
the getaway driver. They were at a restaurant across the street from the Marathon parking lot. You see
Hold
it.
on, before you go that far. Before you go that far, we all know that Nipsey Hussle was known not to really move by himself. He always had
Right.
his peoples with him. He had his clique with him, a squad. And this particular day, I don't know if he didn't have them or was on his way to get them or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever alleged reason, he was called to his store. From what
Right.
I heard, he was called to his store. And then to meet somebody that had just got out of prison, like you were saying about
Yeah.
giving people the clothes. Okay, so I was just setting up the play of where you was going with your
Right.
story, so that people that might not know
Oh.
can get a full picture of what's going on. But he was
Right.
called up to the store for whatever reason
Right.
to meet with somebody to give them some clothes. Okay, now
Right.
you can go ahead and elaborate until where you was going.
Yeah. So he was called to the store. The guy that killed him, Eric Holder, they were across the street getting food. The girl that he's with looked across the street, got starstruck. So she goes over across the street to get a picture with Nipsey. At the same time, Eric Holder is in the restaurant waiting on his food. So he gets his food and he docks over across the street. Now, as he coming across the street, approaches Nipsey. Nipsey just out of the clear blue, like, hey man, you need to get yourself together because a lot of people around here labeling you as a snitch. So I guess the guy took it offensive, but he goes back across the street, gets in the car with Shorty, tells her to pull around through the alley on the backside of the Marathon. He gets out of the car, you can see him coming right back up to where Nipsey was standing at. And he didn't say anything. He just capped him right there. Pow, pow, pow. Shot two guys and killed Nipsey.
All right, so check this out. What I'm finna do is I'm gonna share. First, I want to claim the fair act use with this footage that I show. We do not own any type of copyright or anything like that. So we want to clarify that, make sure that's well put out there. But I want to share a video with you guys. See.
Fair use.
Fair use. Yep. Definitely made sure I put that out there. All right. Let's see what we got. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the video of Eric Holder. As you can see him over there. Boom. Nipsey numbers right here. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, right there.
I still get chills watching that video, man.
I seen that too, but I kind of got a difference of opinion because I've actually seen murder sites and it just wasn't bloody enough for me. You know, I don't know if I don't know what's happening, but from what I've seen, you know, when people get shot, it's blood everywhere. So I've even heard of theories that it was a fake death. You know, so I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it goes deep. The rabbit hole goes deep. Who's for sure unless you do the research or you know for sure. You know.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. He did it in Donell, bro. he got killed for real.
Yeah, because
you gotta really see that. You gotta really see that footage up close, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, they definitely
so resting.
They definitely got better.
Caught him off guard for real.
Yeah, they definitely got better angles of the video.
I mean, it happens. It happens, but why are all the good black? Why are the good dying young? I mean, the good artists. Why are all the black?
You know what? It kind of almost seemed like he might have. I almost feel like Nipsey's death might have initiated the movement of the young deaths.
Yeah.
Maybe some kind of act was signed in, or some type of new bill, or something was introduced. But I almost feel like his death was the first. If we think about it in retrospect, his death was the first of all the long lines. Don't get me wrong. There's been other rappers murdered before him. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is
you're talking about the younger generation.
Yeah, the untimely.
Yeah, like it kicked off something.
Yeah, like the new chain of untimely deaths.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. It was like after him, it was just a long list, a line of dudes getting murdered
for word talk, word. You know, at social media, man, you really gotta be careful on it.
Yeah, and then a lot of people putting their own business out there too, because we all know that the brother that put his own address and stuff out there, Pop Smoke, was murdered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with the social media and pulling up and showing a lot of money. You know, niggas is thirsty these days. Excuse me. But you know, that was definitely a hard day for me. You know, I kind of took that personal, I guess, because of so many of our brothers being murdered, you know, and then being that he was a good brother on the rise, kind of put me in the mind of Tupac.
Well,
Tupac was murdered.
They say in the music business, in the music business, they say, and it's documented. You can go find it. They say you're worth more dead than alive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a known
fact.
At
how much Elvis Presley sold. Look at how much Elvis Presley sold after he died.
Yeah.
I try and look at bigger pictures, you know, at things, you know, and see both sides of the spectrum. You know,
from that point.
I try and use my mind and don't let people, and to the kids that's watching, I try and use my mind and don't let other people's perception of things or their history or their opinion affects my facts.
Right. Exactly. I mean, another conspiracy that I heard was this homeboy Cowboy. Might have had something to do with setting him up.
one thing about that one, cuz that you talking about, uh,
where's that feedback coming from?
I don't know, but I know more money. True.
You said what?
More money, more problems.
Yeah.
One of the truest statements ever. You know, and people search for money and fame, and they don't realize that they're searching for problems as well, because it comes along with it.
you're right.
You definitely got to have what I'm experiencing, man. You definitely got to have a level head dealing with that type of money and income.
And that's right, and a mind for business and a mind of money. You have to learn money,
You definitely,
or you'll waste it if you don't know what you're doing.
We got to do some. We got to do some episodes and talk about money management. And
believe me, I done wasted a lot of it before I figured it out.
Yeah, and I think we got to do some episodes and shit. On some money management and saving money and different stuff like that. Because that.
Right.
Hold on, let's see. Yeah, that's the feedback from your phone, G. Hold on. Let me unmute you. Yeah, but
y'all gotta excuse me because I be in so many other states sometimes. Sometimes I don't have my equipment and everything that I need with me. But soon as I'm moving to make business, I'm moving to make connections. I'm moving to my moves are, strategized. So sometimes, everything don't go as planned, and unforeseen things, So
it's all good. So what we're gonna do is, what I'll do is, when we talk, I'll mute your mic, and then when you get ready to talk, I'll unmute you.
All right. So what do I do now? I'm ready to talk.
Yeah.
So
the thing of what we were saying, I kind of lost train of thought.
Nipsey, like I said, the death was very untimely.
Yeah.
And if you really look at it, cuz Cowboy was on the inside of the store when it all went down.
Right. Mysteriously, he went in the store.
Yeah, just mysteriously he went in before it all went down.
Right.
So that was another conspiracy that he might have had something to do with it.
Right.
But
or his coward ass seen Eric Holder coming and got scared and went in the store.
Yes. But they said that was very rare that Nipsey would be out like that by himself, just unprotected. That was the weirdest and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
I mean, there's so many theories and conspiracies that's behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really know the actual thing because I just heard several things. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
I just wanted to say, what I wanted to say is, as far as us brothers and us as a race, you know what I mean? As far as tearing each other down, like, they say, like crabs in the bucket. Now, this goes deep and it's very serious. We have to stop tearing each other down. We have to start building each other up. You know what I'm saying? And once we start building each other up, more catch on, because it's just a good feeling. It's good things going on. It's a good spirit. You know what I'm saying? So once people see that, you gravitate, they gravitate to it, and those that choose that, and then we build a community within ourselves as a people. We're the only race that has nothing. like at the bottom of the food chain. There's no telling as far as black people how far the hatred goes. You know what I mean? From enemies
Right.
that capitalize off of us, the things we do.
Exactly.
We grow the industry. We grow we are the everybody else want to be like us. I mean, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
So why we don't want to be like us? I mean, we just, hurt. I mean, every nationality does it, but and they focus on us to make other nationalities look at us as an enemy.
Right.
Or something that's just the bad seed.
Just R.I.P. to
When every
Nipsey.
nationality does it, every race or every nationality, hurts each other, hurts themselves, But
Right.
we do it to where we don't let each other grow.
Right.
When you see another one growing, you pull them back, and you hate to see somebody doing better than you. We have to get out of that tell you the truth, we have to get out of that Willie Lynch mindset.
Yeah. I think that's definitely what Nipsey was trying to do.
He was, man. He was
trying to, he was trying to elevate a new level of thinking, and a new way of trying to bring it to the forefront. You know what I mean? He definitely was like, he was just that type of dude, and I feel strongly that if he would have made it through, we would have seen a big change in things. You know what I'm saying?
He was just really letting you know, man, you don't really, because, you're in the environment you're in don't mean you can't grow. You can't, pick yourself up and do other things and help others pick themselves up too. Because that's what he did. He helped others. He didn't take the cake and run, which he could have. You know what I'm saying? He could have dipped up out of out of Compton, man. He could have took all his business and put it all in Northern California somewhere. But he didn't. Kept with the community, something that he felt that he needed to help.
Right.
So he got himself established. Now he want to help others get their self established.
Right. Right.
And I
mean, it was definitely. I feel like. What's up, Lindsay?
I was just gonna say, we don't. What we do is, okay, we see brothers that do this, right? So when they fall off by the wayside, we just don't let them fall off. We pick up the torch ourselves. It's up to everybody. We pick up the torch ourselves and we follow those ones that fell by the wayside, didn't have no support because nobody else seen what they was doing. I dare you to be different.
Definitely. So what I'm saying is that so yeah, Nipsey was definitely going to. I think he was going to challenge a lot of brothers to be different. He was on the he was on the path of daring others to be different. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like his thought process and his level of thinking was just on another level. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he would have been the voice of the young people, especially the educated, putting people in perspective to get their business together. I think that's what one of his missions was to just try to start educating more people in the hood about money, being more literate about business and all different things like that. You know what I mean? Like, so I really commend him for the work that he put out. It's so tragic that he was murdered at the age that he was, and I feel like he didn't even get a chance to start doing any of the things that he wanted to do. But
really
go ahead.
Really making a footprint in this industry.
I want to put
And
out another. I want to put out another point too.
as being a philanthropist, man, I think he was gonna be one of the biggest ones, man, if he wouldn't have got killed. He was gonna show you how to pull yourself up and help others too at the same time, which things that like Lindsey Wayne said, that's where we stop at as far as black folks, man. If you ain't in our circle, or if you ain't around in our, in our environment, then we don't mess with you. And that's not right. Let's mess with all African Americans, man. Bring all African Americans into the forefront, whether they're in your circle or not, because all the other races do it. You know what I'm saying? They bring their people together. Hispanics, man. I see them 30 in the car, or they all live together. Next, they all got their own little entity because they all sat there together and grind, and now they expand. We don't do that, man. We get our little thing and we cut out. We'll cut out our best friend, or we'll cut out. I don't want to mess with you no more. Like Kanye West said, hate ourselves, but we love their wealth. That's a true statement, man. True statement.
What I want, this is another point I wanted to bring out. As I was doing research on him, I found out that he had his mother and his father in his life. Not just, he knew about his father. He may not been there all that while, but he was active, Yeah. So it's a certain strength that we get when our fathers, and we know, like he said, he hadn't knew his family when he was young, he knew his daddy, all his life, but he hadn't been able to go over there to meet his family. So him and his father went over there, and they accepted him, they embraced it. I think he was on Sway in the morning. I think this was a broadcast with an interview with Sway, and he was saying that he went over there, accepted his family and their culture, and I guess spiritually and mentally, which made him stronger. Us fathers have a lot of play in our kids' life. You know what I mean? And we go through life. A lot of us fathers in every nationality go through life, kind of selfish, because we have to do what we have to do to support the family, but as a kid myself, that I done been a kid, it's a lot of those things that I wanted. My father, I had my father and mother in my life, but it's a lot of things that I couldn't come to my father and say and stuff like that. And you had to been a kid to kind of, there's no guidebook to being a parent. So you just got to kind of be more unselfish. You know what I'm saying? To be there in certain things, because as a kid, it's certain things we don't say to our parent, or we're afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we use other kids to say it, and it's up to the parents, to see the changes and see the needs in the kids. You know what I'm saying? The things that they won't say. It starts by parenting. Right. What I'm trying to say.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It starts by parenting.
Yeah, he definitely had a good parenting support system. I know his mother was real passionate. Hold on. His mother was real passionate about mother was real passionate about life. From what I seen, I got to experience her when they broadcast his funeral. He was his mother was very intelligent. They was very active in his life, from what I seen. So on that note, the Nipsey Hussle, is there anything other outside of that you would like to elaborate on?
Nah, man, this R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, man. I want to send my condolences to his wife, his family.
I don't think he was married.
Lauren London.
Yeah, that was just his girlfriend.
Yeah, they was
That
tight
was
enough.
his queen, though. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, they was tight enough. You know, they got a child together. So, man, just all around, man. He, his legacy gonna live forever, and we should take take a take notes on what he did and follow up, continue what he did, because he was on his way to greatness, man. Everybody that's always on their way to greatness get snuffed out real early, because
Yeah.
he was finna do some things, though.
Yeah.
He definitely was finna take the rap game by the chokehold. He
So,
had a
Lil Wayne, any extra things you want to add on or elaborate on as far as Nipsey Hussle goes?
Yes, first of all, I want to say that Nipsey Hussle, if there ain't a guideline, you know, in life or as being a parent, stuff like that, people like Nipsey Hussle that helps write down their, you know, guideline and things that's positive, you know, you take those people and you research them and you study them. Just like he said, he studied financially wealthy people. Them are the things that he liked to read upon, you know. So I wanted to say um, my condolences to his family and his loved ones, you know, because in their life this ain't over, you know. So um if we could, I'd like to give a moment of silence to him. You know, I appreciate what he tried to do,
Let me
you know.
let me give my analogy and then we'll do a moment of silence. So what I feel about Nipsey Hussle was that he was definitely would have been a great leader for the younger generation and the younger movement. I respect the businessman and the business side of him. I definitely think that he would have been our modern day Malcolm with a little bit of Martin mixed in the middle. You know what I'm saying? In between. He was just definitely an innovator, a game changer, and was ready to take it to the next level of where he was going. And it's sad that these artists are cut short at a you need either cut short with life or end up in prison or jail or anything like that. And it's just a sad thing that when you get a person like Nipsey Hussle, a pillar of his own community, to have somebody of the community take him away is in a senseless act of jealousy. I mean, let's just call it really what it is. It was just a jealous thing, you know, and I'm just saddened by that, and I want to send condolences to his family, his movement, his music. Everything is something I respected and rock with since day one of me knowing who he was. So I didn't jump on the bandwagon. You know, I know a lot of people was introduced to him at a later part of the game, but I speak wholeheartedly. And for that, we will have a moment of silence for Nipsey Hussle right now. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So I would like to definitely say, for those people that's watching to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things, save the videos, subscribe to the channel, Platinum Boy. This is the first episode of the second season with Nipsey Hussle. We will be coming with much more heat, much more episodes, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, I want to say we out of here. You want to say you out of here, brother?
CFO, Platinum Boy, Hozilla.
Don't hate, congratulate. And if you don't like it, change the channel.
And on that note, we out of here. The Unspoken World Podcast, baby.
One love.